idol of many of us growing up over the years, and he's here to take us a bit of on a journey, hopefully, of how he got to where he is today. If you're anything near being a fan of Nollywood, even if you're not a fan, you definitely know him and his name. Tony Umez is here with us. Thank you very much, sir, for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
I read somewhere that you've been in this industry for 30 years. About that.
About that, yes.
That is unreal. What got you into it in the first place?
Truthfully, money. Yes, you know, I studied English, first degree, and I have my master's in international law and diplomacy.
Okay.
So when I graduated, did my master's. When I graduated, I wanted to, of course, the only employable ministry would be the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But I think there was an embargo on employment then.
At the time.
You know, so I had to fall back to my first discipline. And one of the course content was Introduction to Drama. And I'd done something like that, you know, we'd done some stage performances. So it wasn't a difficult thing for me to decide on.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, we have this model in Hollywood where you'll hear that somebody earned 20 million doing a movie and this and that.
So
I was like,
like,
it was wonderful
there
for
was
me
potential there.
Put serious potential.
But you're still talking at a time when there was literally no industry here. Yes, people were making films here and there.
Yeah.
But there was nothing you could really call a proper industry. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
And you have a master's degree. Mm-hmm. I'm also wondering how you tell people around you, then family, that, oh, I have 2 degrees, but I want to go act. At a time when acting was seen as such an unserious profession.
It wasn't serious because we didn't have a structure.
Yeah.
Just like you said. But, you know, nobody told me not to do anything.
Yeah.
I had a mind of my own, and nobody told me anything. I just wanted to do it. I felt I could do it, you know. And like I told you earlier, the model I had at the back of my head, mind was the Hollywood model. You know, go in. I didn't even think about the structure then. I was coming in as a new person. I didn't even think about any structure. I didn't know there was a structure. I'd seen movies. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to be part of the movie thing, and you know, just like that. So for me, I wasn't thinking about any structure.
And you went in and thrived really, really well. And it's interesting now to hear you say you have a degree in English, because a lot of us watching at the time could tell there was something different about you with your performance.
I'm blushing.
No, but it's true.
I'm blushing.
You know, your command of English, the way you expressed yourself.
Thank you.
So you got into the industry. What was it like at that time? And what kept you going? Because then you got in and probably found out you were not going to make $20 million, like you were saying in Hollywood. So what kept you there?
My first movie, I played the lead in my first movie.
Your very first movie?
My very first movie, Pains. I played Chief Ikanga. How
old were you then? Were you 30s, 20s?
Let's let that slide. You know.
All right, we'll let it slide.
You know, let's let it slide. Okay, I played the role of Chief Ikanga.
Okay.
Okay, and I was to be paid 23,000. But up till tomorrow, I've not been paid.
Oh. Really?
So my reason for venturing into the movie thing, I didn't get it.
Why were you not paid?
Reasons, you know, no money, this and that, but I have not been paid up till tomorrow. Okay, so I did one other one. I don't think I was paid too. So I felt it wasn't an industry I would survive in. So I left for about 2 years. You know, I was doing private tutoring, you know, and I was making some money from that too. That kept me going, you know. And after about 2 years, I came back. I did the movie The Princess. I started alongside Zach Orji before I hit it big time with Died Wretched.
And they paid you that one at least?
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Are you surprised, or let me say, are you impressed or disappointed at where Nollywood is now? Because it could go both ways. Maybe you expected it to have evolved a lot more than it has. Or are you impressed with how far it has come?
I am impressed with how far it's gone. We can do better. But right now, the way it is, we have done really well. Seriously, we've done really well. And of course, technology has come into play. You know, so things are much better. you know, and like I always tell people, then it was gritty and blah, 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 you know. But now technology can make you a better actor.
Yeah.
Just be on set. Be lucky to be on that set. Technology will make things better for you.
Yeah.
But then we had to grind and toil and whatever, you know. One camera is here, do the master, do the medium. If you're 5 on set, you do one here, one here, one there. It was grueling. It was hard work. It was hard work.
You said now technology can make you better. Do you think talent has dipped as a result? The quality of talent compared to when you were?
Yes, because then you had to know your onions. You had to, you really had to. I'm not saying they're not wonderful actors as we now. You know, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But I just feel that the toil isn't there anymore. You know, the passion that drives you to be better isn't there anymore. It's showbiz. We now focus more on the business part of the show. So it's not as, I'm looking for that adjective to qualify this thing now. Yeah. But it's a little different. You just be on set, be good enough to be on set. Then technology will do the rest for you. But then, no, I don't know.
It was grittier back then.
Seriously, it was a task.
Yeah.
You know, hard work. You really needed to employ yourself, you know.
Yeah. To get
but
things
now,
done.
Now.
I want to go into, I mean, you've become sort of an internet sensation all over again from the fact that you were typecast so much back in the day, you know, to certain roles. You've always become an adjective for, you know, the guy who women sort of deal with, quote unquote, you know. And do you see these things? And when you were being typecast a lot at the time, you know, as the emotional, vulnerable guy, you know, back in the day, it may not have been normal. These days, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be vulnerable. At the time, why were you taking these roles? And what do you think about the fact that these days you are the guy who's, you know, the poster person for that?
First things first. when you're given a script and they tell you this is the character you're playing, you go through the script. If you like it, you do it.
Yeah.
And of course, money is always attached to it.
So money was always important for you?
No, the script first.
Okay.
It has to be a good script, you know, then money. You know, sometimes I tell people, I say, because after all said and done, to God be the glory. Some ends are contrived, you know. So I tell them, if I'm playing Tony Umez, this isn't the way the thing will end. But of course, I'm not playing me. I'm playing a character. And if you search far and near, you will know that there is somebody that fits into that mold.
Yeah.
So I am playing somebody who will understand. You understand? Somebody in that mold that will understand that thing. And I'm trying to tell the viewers that whether you like it or not, there are people like this.
Yeah.
You understand? There are people like this. You can't take it away. But the script has to be good. The money has to be okay. And so I wasn't too bothered about being typecast.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't too bothered about that because even in Hollywood, you have typecast.
Yeah.
You know, so once the money,
Very key.
You know,
but you see
key,
all the memes
key.
these days.
You say?
Do you see all the memes and the jokes these days on social media?
I see them. I see them. I enjoy some. I don't enjoy some, but they don't affect me.
Yeah.
They don't affect me negatively. It's part of show business.
Yeah.
So you need at some point in time to develop a thick skin, and don't let things bother you much.
Yeah.
So,
you talked about taking a break when you started. It also felt like you have taken a break for a while as well in between at certain points in your career. Because when it looked like the other parts of Nollywood, which are called New Nollywood now, even though I think it's one industry.
It's one industry.
You know,
it's a
or the cinema Nollywood, which they call it. You know, it looked like, you know, how did that affect you? Have you consciously taken a break at any point to go do other things? Or have you always been active and we just maybe saw you were behind the scenes or we didn't know exactly?
No, I didn't take a break. You know, I didn't take a break voluntarily.
Yes.
It just happened.
How so?
I don't really know, honestly. Maybe the influx of more people into the industry and maybe the scripts were like more focused on maybe much younger people.
Yes.
Or I don't know. I can't give you a reason as to why that happened.
Yeah.
I don't. But I've always been working on myself. Even those times I did some movies, but I wasn't as prolific as I used to be. But
Yeah.
then, I can't give you a reason,
Yeah.
basically, that this is, that this is what it is, or this what happened. I don't know.
Were
I
you
can't.
were you possibly a victim of what we outside of the industry hear a lot about cliques and friendships and how casting works?
Uh,
If you're not cool with a certain pool of people, you might start slowly getting,
I don't want to cast aspersions on
yeah,
people's integrity. Maybe, maybe not. I don't really have a reason.
yeah,
I can't provide a reason as to why that happened. Honestly, I cannot.
yeah.
I cannot. I don't want to step on people's toes without having proper information as to that. I can deduce that certain things happened, but it's not something I can come out and say boldly, like, yes, I know for sure that this was what happened.
Yeah.
You know.
When you look back at your career, what moments would you say, or what movies maybe you look back at and say, yeah, that was the one, or those were the ones? Are there moments in your career that always make you smile?
Every moment has made me smile because this is an industry I love so much. Right from Died Richard, I've done some
That was a
blockbusters.
good movie.
It was a good movie. It was a movie that threw me up there,
Yeah.
and to God be the glory. I've been there, you know. Died Richard, Blood Sisters. I've done quite a lot that when I think about them, I smile. And I have some recent ones too. I was involved in Lockdown, and there's Magic Figures, after April. Then some I did this year. They're not yet out. Force Empire with RMD, Sherry Marines, and others. So every moment has made me smile.
Yeah.
I love working.
Yeah.
I love being on set. I love the challenges and stuff. So it makes me happy.
Very
Outside my
good.
family, my job makes me happy.
And it's
It's the
good to
next
hear
thing
that,
that makes me
you're
happy.
still very actively working. But you talked about structure at the beginning, and I want to ask you a question on that. Because the industry is at a very interesting place now. We're seeing all of the streaming platforms coming in. The Netflixes, Amazon Primes, Showmax, they all seem to be getting their hands in the pie. It looks like it's doing something good for the industry here. But on the other end, we keep hearing about all the drama sometimes from the guilds and the politics that happens there. And you meet a lot of new actors who you ask, are you a member of the guild? And you're like, no. And they actually tell you, I'm never going to join. As against what we have in Hollywood, where being a member of the guild is almost a part of your career. You have to be a part of that. Why do you think here we still don't have that on lock, where, regulation, or at least for actors and looking out for their welfare, is still a thing?
Well, just like you rightly said, ordinarily an actor should belong to a guild. Well, you see, there's this misconception that when you belong to a guild, the guild should source for jobs for you. No guild does that.
Yeah.
The guild protects your rights. When you're hurt by somebody, the guild comes into
Steps
play.
in, yeah.
They step in. That's the thing. It's just that we need to have a memorandum of understanding with other guilds that if you're not a registered actor and you're not financially up to date, you shouldn't be able to work on so and so person's set. So that when anything happens, you can be held responsible for something, or you can hold another person responsible. But even though we have these guilds, it's still an all-comers thing,
Yeah.
So I don't know. We have a long way to go. The president of AGN now, Rollers, is doing a lot of work. He's really doing well, trying to bridge the gap and stuff. He's really, really doing well. He also has some insurance policies, that you can benefit from. But you see, a lot of these actors also come to complain that agent does not come to their rescue when they need us. But ordinarily, morally, they do that. But if you look at it legally and legitimately, if you're not a member of a guild, you don't expect the guild to come to your aid. It doesn't work like that. But sentimentally, yes, you're an actor. But you're not registered with me, so why should I come and help you? You're not financially up to date, so why should I help you? Why should I use other people's dues to source for whatever things you want? But, then sometimes some of our members, when they need to travel outside the country, That's when they run to AGN for help. Okay, I need my ID card. But we will get there. It's still a work in progress. You know, everything is a process.
Yeah.
You know, it's still a work in progress. We'll get there. Some people are coming to see the benefit of being. Maybe they feel AGN should do more, and I think Emeka Rollers is looking into that too.
Yeah.
You know, to make it more viable for people to come
Hopefully, because it breaks a lot of our hearts when we see all of this posts sometimes about maybe some of our legends asking for money for maybe health conditions and things like that. And the question always comes, where's the AGN at this? You know, but I understand it's still a work in progress, and hopefully we can, you know, surpass all of that. But I want to ask you, your private life, interestingly, is very, very quiet. And I know it's a conscious effort. But for an industry where they say, you know, all of this helps, the showbiz or the personality or the person's, you know, brand to grow, the more you're seen or the more you give off, the more you are visible and the more work you get. How have you been able to do that where almost nothing is known about you besides, which is why people almost, you know, assume that it's Tony Umez they watch on TV is Tony Umez. You know, that is how he probably is in real life. Because we know nothing about you outside that.
It's just like you said, it's a conscious thing. I want to have a public life as separate from my private life. I go there, do stuff as an actor. I come back, stay home as Tony Umez, you know, and I think so far, so good for me. I'm an intro extra. I like being alone, does not make me a lonely person. I love being with my family. They give me great joy, but I also derive great joy when I work. So I've been able to, you know, carry it well.
Yeah.
You know, I really don't know. I really don't know. But I just want the Tony Umez public, Tony Umez private to still be Tony Umez public and private. I still want that to remain. So I can have my peace. I can enjoy. When I'm offset, let me enjoy myself. You know, let me be at peace with myself. You know, I said I'm an intro extra. I find joy being alone. But when I'm with friends too, I still find joy. I enjoy myself. I don't consciously, I can sit with you or with a couple of friends, you know, in a quiet place, maybe take one or two bottles, stay from night till morning. But if you situate us in a club,
it's not really for you.
Because I need to shout to get your attention. And I am an R&B person, basically. You know, so I'm cool like that. You know?
Fair enough. For the final note now, before we go, I mean, anything you're working on, we need to keep our ears open for.
Oh, yes. A couple, but the major one that we're really working on is a series, you know, Lagos Baby Boy. You know,
interesting.
It's you need to. It's a beautiful.
That's out soon.
Very, very soon. Very soon. We've done the audition.
Okay.
We did the second one yesterday.
Okay.
You know, on Saturday. Yesterday on the 4th. You know, that was when we did the grilling session. You know, the first one was the screening. You know, we shortlisted some people. So it's going to be a bomb.
Looking forward to that.
It's going to be a bomb, believe me. And tentatively, we've done our casting for some major roles. We have Itinamba, the Itinamba. You know, I'm also involved as an actor and a director.
Oh wow!
Okay, yes. And my crew is solid as they come. Solid as, in fact, don't worry, we'll give you updates. It's going to be a bomb.
Looking forward to that. No, the title already has my attention.
It's really going to be a bomb because I love doing wonderful scripts. So, and that was why I said, you know, in those days, it's the show part of the business we knew. When you get a script and you're enamored with the script, you want to do everything to be part and parcel of that thing, you know. That's how the script gets me.
Okay.
Anytime I go through it, 13 episodes are going to shoot first. Anytime I go through it, and we have this young, wonderful writer, Destiny Obehi. Oh my goodness, that guy is. Don't worry, you'll see. It's going to take the industry by storm. Believe me.
Can't wait. Lagos Baby Boy.
Lagos Baby Boy.
We'll be looking out for that one. Thank you very much, Tony Umez, for being here today. All the best with everything. I want to see more of you, man. So keep doing the good work.
I will do that.
Keep doing the good work.